stuff.
So there's a live button in the corner.
Is it live? That works.
How annoying is that? That was
Pretty
probably
fucking annoying, I bet.
That was pretty loud. Oh well.
It's probably still fucking annoying.
You'll be alright. Don't worry. QC, welcome. DeFreeze, Crypt Keeper, Craig, welcome.
What's up, people?
It's not.
QC, welcome. DeFreeze, Crypt
Whoops.
Keeper, Craig, welcome.
Really.
Got it. Sorry.
Let's be professional.
I was in Tommy's stream.
Let's be professional here. What's his name? What's his channel name?
Silver Creek Aquatics.
Oh. I thought it was something else because of the ending of the stream. I forgot what he said, but he said something. Big Shrimpin', welcome. I think so. Not today, but probably. Actually, maybe I'll start it tonight. Oh, stop. I think probably tonight and tomorrow, I'm gonna work on setting up some more totes of live foods. I had this big, what is it, 54 or 56 quart. Somebody was messing with this earlier, so now it's all messed up. I had this big 54, 56 quart tote. Somebody dropped off a donation of dog food to the animal rescue, and we moved the dog food from the tote into an airtight container, and we didn't have anything to use the tote for. So, worms. I'm going to make a white worm culture out of that. I ordered 2 containers of oatmeal for microworms, waltworms, banana worms. I got those yesterday. 2 bottles of apple cider vinegar, which were glass, and they made it. Today I got some bricks of coconut fibers, and then I think tomorrow a bag of organic potting soil should be here. So I'm going to start working on the cultures tonight, and then tomorrow I'll do more because I'll have the organic potting soil for one of the bigger totes. But yeah, so I'll be refreshing and enlarging my cultures. Yeah, because I definitely need a lot of white worms and grundle worms. Those are the ones, like, all the time I have vinegar eels, microworms, waltworms, banana worms. But it's like grundle worms and white worms, you never, like, I need more cultures and larger cultures of, so I have more. Also, tonight, actually, I have to set up some bins for isopods. let me pull up the names. But, Crypt Keeper, hello, I'm glad you got your worms. Garcia Aquatics, Liquid Rock, Sketty Nona, Sandy Farrell, Mark Sturlson, Nathan Hovey, yep, all the worms were delivered today.
Cora
works. Welcome. Yeah, everybody's worms were delivered today. So this evening I'm going to go down and make some cultures. I got to find a spot that I can store totes. Maybe if I straighten up the rack outside the fish room, maybe I could slide a tote on there. Just so, because in our laundry room, we have 2 fish tanks, but also there's like a stack of empty fish tanks and a big stack of totes as well. So I don't know if I should organize the rack. Like, it's a husky rack, so it's a nice one. It's right outside the fish room. I don't know if I should try and organize that and maybe see if I can fit a tote on there. Like a big, 28-gallon tote? Or 37?
Yeah, I think they're 28s or something like that.
They're either 28 or 37, I know that. It's like those big Home Depot, like the heavy duty totes. And I want to do a culture in one of those. I'm thinking, since I'm doing a 54 quart of white worms, I don't know if I should do a tote of white worms as well, like a big tote of white worms, or if I should do my dubia roaches into a dark tote. I don't know. Coralworks, do you use a heating pad or anything for your cultures, or a heating mat? No, I have a rack in the fish room with all my live foods on it, and also I have some outside the fish room, but those can stay room temperature or a little bit cooler. Those are my dubia roaches, and those were like crickets and stuff. But since we added more vents into our heating ducts downstairs, well, the heating ducts that were downstairs, it's not evenly distributed heat, but it is a lot warmer in that general strip, because like the heating ducts in the basement, they blow into the fish room and into the laundry room. So if I put totes outside the fish room, they stay pretty warm. If it's a worm that has to stay cooler, then they'll be outside the fish room on the floor. But yeah.
Depths unknown. Sandy Dowdy.
Sandy D, depths unknown. Have you ever tried black soldier fly larvae? They're good for composting your kitchen scraps and feeding chickens and bigger fish. Not as good for feeding fry nano fish like grindle worms are. I haven't tried black soldier fly larvae, but I have seen people do it. There's a lot of live foods that I don't have that I'll have to figure out like how to do them. There's so many roaches that I don't have. Like, it took a little while just for my mother to let me get dubia roaches. Like, she was like, no roaches. But now, I got dubia roaches. It's just like you have to wear a mask when you handle them. And gloves if you're well, you just gotta wash your hands if you're gonna touch them, but I'm careful like that. I don't wear gloves, I just use tweezers. But I have to clean out their bin too. Also, I'll have to pull up what I'm getting. But like I said, I have to set up like 3 big totes for isopods tomorrow. Crypt white worms, are those the ones that live in the substrate and can come out at night? Or are those not the same? I have some that come out at night and they are white, but I don't know what's with the worms. They come out when you feed them. They are terrestrial. They live in coconut fibers, peat moss, potting soil. But they don't necessarily come out at night. They just come out when you feed them. Black fly larvae will almost come natural if you run an outdoor compost pile. They will be within 12 inches or so ground level. I don't have an outdoor compost pile. I had a little compost bucket. You know, composting is like so cool. Only the cool people do it. We should start doing it. Compost. Dirt.
With worms?
You can make your own dirt. Like composting, you can create dirt out of food.
And wood chips.
And wood chips. We have wood chips. I actually need. I'm a part of a isopod group on Facebook, and somebody posted a picture of their orange springtail, because it's like an isopod or springtail thing. And they posted pictures of their springtail colony. It was orange, and they're like isopods or Cheeto Puffs, because that's what they look like. And so people asked about like what soil he used, and he used flake soil. So I started looking into it, and it's like you need like hardwood chips and some other things I forget, like it's sugar and yeast and stuff, and it ferments for 4 months, and it's nutritious. Most people like they make it for beetles. People like create it for beetles, breeding probably. But this dude used it for his isopods, and the isopods feed off the soil, and you can like freeze it or refrigerate it. I think it's freeze it, and it's good for up to a year. You just gotta like spray it down.
New local Austin vibes.
New local Austin vibes, welcome. For the vinegar eels, doesn't matter if the bottle I'm using is dark color. Should it be see-through like clear green beer bottles? No, it doesn't matter the color. Yeah, it doesn't matter the color. You can use clear, you can use pretty much any color. I have some cultures downstairs that are like in the corner, so they're kind of like shaded as if it was a colored bottle. And then I have some that are like directly under the light. So either's good. I have to redo those cultures as well. That's why I got some more vinegar for them.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
What? Our Aquatic Universe, welcome.
Might be.
You were thinking the same thing, what?
Titus worms.
Sure. I need to find which.
Didn't know if they were photosensitive.
So I think not next week. I'm not gonna ship anything next week, isn't it? Like President's Day on Monday.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna ship anything next week. Actually, well, I'm not. But everything I shipped out this week arrived today, which I'm not surprised because everything, like the furthest thing was Delaware. It was Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New York. So.
Wasn't there a Montana? Where did that now go?
Oh, there's a Montana, yeah. But yeah, everything
I knew
arrived.
one of them didn't go. I didn't know.
Everything arrived today, which was pretty good. I'm not going to ship out next week. I'll ship out the following week. And I have some things to ship out already. But I think I'm good to start shipping out isopods again. Yeah. As long as everybody
The long range forecast says we can ship the worms.
till Columbus Day.
Yeah, isopods, all that stuff.
Yep, I could ship worms, isopods, probably fish too, shrimp. We should be able to start getting back to regular shipping soon. But realistic, we could open the Get Gills. I know quite a few people have been asking about the Get Gill store. Realistically, we could open the Get Gill store again and just have it going. I want to make an eBay store because I feel like it might be like beneficial.
Yeah, I would probably hold off and just tell people that we have stuff with Get Gills. I think the weather's going to turn again, and we'll get this warm up for a couple weeks, but it'll turn again and we'll get snow. We should get it the week of the 22nd because my boss is going away on vacation for the first time in 15 years.
I had a package shipped from Canada, left on Monday, arrived today. No DOA either. Shipping company's been super quick. Wow. Do you have any varieties of aquatic isopods or just terrestrial? I didn't even know there was aquatic isopods, so no.
Yes, there is.
Aquatic isopods.
Yeah, that's the long range forecast. So don't go by that because they'll change tomorrow's forecast tomorrow morning.
Oh wow. Yeah,
That's
I don't have those. Let me pull up pictures of what I'm getting. Honestly, I don't even know. Okay. I'm getting 90 isopods. Should be tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah, then what's the other thing? The signs of overfeeding is planaria also.
If you guys
Stuff like
are
that.
scientists. Dairy Queen. I'm getting these. I gotta pull it up. Hold on. These things are. Look at those. Are you looking away? Is it painful for you to see? They're just bugs.
What are you talking about? I'm reading chat.
As soon as I pulled them up, you looked away. So I'm getting these. These are dairy cow isopods. I'm getting 30 of them. They're a little bit bigger than my powder oranges, but dairy cows. Now, I'm getting some more of these. I'm getting 30 of these as well. This is a trade I did. I forgot what I traded, but I traded something. Alright. I'm studious. So I'm getting 30 of these. It was oak leaves. I had had a whole bag of oak leaves in my room, and somebody wanted some in trade for isopods. I was like, I have a whole bag. So, shipped out a whole bag, and they sent 90 isopods. So, 30 of the dairy cows, 30 of these, and I don't know what the other one is. I guess we'll find out. I think it's like a powder kind. Probably powder blue. Honestly, it might be powder orange. I have powder orange, and they breed and stuff. But powder blue. And then the powder oranges, I have them. I actually have a big tote of these. These ones. And one that I think I might get are these ones. These ones. I think they're so cool. Like, I thought they were expensive, but they're actually not too expensive. Uh-oh.
She broke it. Daniel Velez.
Daniel Velez, hello. The rubber duckies? Yeah, definitely. I found some, and I was thinking about getting them and trying to breed them. They're cute. They're just expensive.
That's weird.
They're cute. There's also, this one's really pretty. Amber beef jerky. Kidding. That's what popped up. These ones. Oh my goodness. I want them so bad, honestly. I might get some. I know somebody who has a whole room, like, about the size of my room, of isopods. Like, they just have racks and just a ton of, like, the totes I keep my worms in. And they're just stacked up isopods. And they don't use them for anything. They're just like, you know how most of the people in chat, if not everybody, keeps fish. Like, you just keep fish to have fish, not to feed to anything. That's how, like, the isopod hobby is. There's a lot of people that just keep the isopods to just have isopods. And then there's some people who keep them to breed them for food. These ones are cool too. These ones are nice. What were the other ones? Oh, tricolor isopods. These aren't even the ones I'm getting, but I was thinking about getting some. Look at them. They just roll up into little balls. They're like
Roly-polies.
you can hang them on a Christmas tree.
They all do. Hey, Adkins. Eakins.
There's another name I gotta find.
Roly-poly.
Roly-poly. Yeah, there's actually ones that have roly-poly. There were also, what were they, lava? Or red skirt. Probably red skirt.
Aquarium.
Neither.
Aquarium's Pets is my favorite isopod channel.
Atkins, welcome.
Big Cat.
Big Cat, welcome.
Yeah, we had quite a few varieties of shrimp. Now I think we're at like 13,
Probably.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I think 13 different varieties of shrimp. They actually sell pretty good at some of the shows.
The Reptile Expo. They did good there. They actually do good at a lot of the shows. Matt, hello.
Liquid Zoo.
Speaking of Matt. No. This is what we got. For Matt, it's like the little table stand. You can put it on tables for
And she's going to break it.
shows.
Hopefully it's spray proof.
It is. Trust me. But wait, there's more. Are you ready for this? Cover your ears. We also got these. Everybody got one of these. And then there's the little snail and
Snails.
a fish on it. And then a sparkly lanyard.
Fishfam.link.
Show yours.
We're ready for the clash, baby.
Are we?
We are.
We aren't.
That's fine.
We're not ready for that. It says Dave, Brienne's Fish Fam.
Yep, it says Dave. Fish Fam.
Don't bend it. That was scary.
Can't read it.
Yeah, we have scuds too. They're pretty cool.
There you go. Go to fishfam.link. There's a link right there. Get your very own badges from Matthew or Miat.
Yeah. We go in the basement.
I was gonna say you had scuds, didn't you? At one point.
Yeah. They're in a tank downstairs. I also have Tubifex worms.
That's
From Bill Cole.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, I'm just gonna get a bag of Tubifex worms.
just to keep them. Just to have
To
them.
eat them.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And
I'm pretty cool.
not at the same time.
Whatever.
The big orders.
So, no, don't even listen to him. So he re-racked. Gotcha. Oh. Don't be cringy. Gotcha. So we re-racked some wine on what was like Saturday or something. Don't touch that. And we had to stir it every day for 5 days, 4 or 5 days. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5 days. It's been 5 days. So we brought the wine downstairs. And after the stream, when he stirs the white grape wine, we're gonna have to see if that's ready to be racked. Oh man. Because that's been going for like 2 weeks now, but somebody messed it up. He thinks that I messed up because I'm the one that puts all the ingredients in. I put even ratios of everything, whether it's like a cup or a tablespoon, like I put even ratios. So I don't know what you're talking about. Just throw a little bit of everything in there. That's what I do. That's why we have like no tannin, like no wine tannin. All the time we're just out of wine tannin because I just throw whatever in there. And the white grape didn't even bubble, so they put more yeast in it. Now it's bubbling. Something with the juice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do juice anymore.
He has a superstition. It's
Yeah,
okay. It's
that's
okay,
what
Brian. You know we aren't here for Dave's Fish Fan. Yeah, that's right. Because you're not famous. When I got off stream, what was our last stream?
Alice Sean, hello. Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah. Does this undo?
Yes.
When we got off stream, I went and I saw one of my friends that sent me a video, and it was of us on their TV, and it was two of my friends. They were actually having a sleepover, and they were watching our stream. How does that make you feel? Oh, yesterday I had select choir. Matt, nobody cares.
I was actually waiting for that, man.
I figured he would say something. He's like, you're obsessed.
Well, I like that. So
Well, I don't, so I don't.
you lie.
The hate you give. So,
Now you look pink.
yeah, what did you do? Oh,
Please stop touching shit.
he's here.
You gonna go get it?
No, you go get it. You go. He looks creepy. Go.
It looks creepy. Go.
Run!
Yeah.
I'll take care of it. Yeah. I sold our ball hitch. He had this thing down. My father had this thing. Now it looks dumb. Now it's too dark. Hold on. He's not here to yell at me. We're all gonna. So, we went through the basement and I posted a bunch of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. And last night, while we were driving home from Stewart's, somebody messaged me about some ball hitch we had, one in 7/8 thing. And the guy's here for it now. Anyways, I was at Select Choir last night, 6 to 8. My sister was at drama until 6. I didn't go to drama because I was already at school from 8 to 3, so I just went home. And my sister stayed drama 3 to 5, but then she stayed an extra hour until 6. And then I got dropped off at the school and she got picked up, so I was there from 6 to 8. And we had Select Choir. We were doing auditions for solos in this song that we're doing. And after Select Choir was over, we went to Stewart's. My father came and picked me up, and we went to Stewart's, to get gas, and he pumped 1 cent over. I don't even know like how much in gas we got, but it was 1 cent over. So I went in and I paid for the gas. And I saw my friend's mom checking out, but she stayed in the car. My friend and my friend and my other friend were with them. And they stayed in the car, and then I went to go buy a drink because I forgot to bring a drink while I went. So, and then I see this girl like tuck and dive behind one of the shelves, and all I saw was her mom. She should have hit her mom because I met her, but it was my friend Riley, and like everybody was at Stewart's. We saw some people down the road from us, friends of ours. They were there too. They had just got gas, and then also who else was there? Oh, my chorus teacher was there when we were pulling out. What?
I'm just laughing at Matt.
Can I see yours?
No. You ain't breaking mine. You're already 3 years on the floor.
Stop. Let me just see it. Yours goes the same way. Mine doesn't.
What do you mean?
Like,
Are you confused on how it works?
yes. You have to have it, like, curved.
Because it goes around your brain. And this is how
You
we
messed up the lights again.
This is how we dress Bree in the morning.
No. You messed up the lights. I was telling everybody. Whatever.
Did you tell Alshon about the macrosoma?
Did I? I did not. There were little babies in there. I didn't post the video yet because I didn't edit it. But, what, are you laughing at something Matt said?
No, Corey, it gets worse. We've actually met a lot of weird people in parking lots that pick up cat stuff,
Cats.
cats, fish
We
tanks,
met at, what is it? There's Goonie Golf.
frogs. There was frogs sometimes.
Yes. Yes, we met at the parking lot of Under Armour to get some frogs and a leopard gecko. We met at Goonie Golf to get, 8 cats. So.
Yeah, you can't come in the house.
Who can?
Anyone.
Why not?
Well, I mean, some of these people probably could because they want to see the fish. But somebody coming here to buy something else, yeah, you can stand outside.
Well, other people have come inside.
Yeah, because he had to carry the leaf springs upstairs.
Or no, the dude that got the chainsaw toolbox thing. The chainsaw toolbox that had the blade cover.
Oh.
Also the hard hat, he came inside.
Yeah, we've had people interested in fish and buy fish, but we knew most of them. Yeah, McDonald's picked up cages.
Mm-hmm.
We've met in so many weird parking lots. We're always meeting strange people. Well, we just met Keith the other day down in Albany, or no, not Albany, but Malta, to pick up fish and shrimp.
Corey Katz.
But he's not strange.
He is. Like, you can't even say he's not, because have you seen him? He is strange. He has a website. He likes to mention that. Good thing he's not in here.
God, you don't know if he's lurking.
You better not be. It's okay. I said it once. I'll say it to him.
You wish. Got all your worms set up? That's cool.
Who? Oh.
Crypt.
That's cool.
Someone's got to package up some worms. Or reculture.
Make more cultures.
Make more cultures.
I need a shirt that says that. That's inspirational, honestly. make more cultures. Okay, Matt. You enjoy. How does it feel to bully a 14-year-old?
I would love to meet up with Matt sometime.
No. You better be careful. You never know what he's gonna do.
I don't care. We'll have fun.
You okay?
Me, him, and Josh. I think we'll have a blast.
You okay? Yeah, I have to make cultures, and
Makes me feel better about myself.
you're not gonna help me
I have to fix a shelf in the
rescue.
trailer. Apparently,
The fat cat sat on it and broke it.
yeah.
Like it's a cabinet. Like it's a long cabinet thing with like 4 drawers, 4 cupboards, and they broke the shelf that goes in it because they're fat.
I mean, I don't know what they cost, but there's always a PO box if you wanted to. If you didn't want people to know where you live.
Too late. It's literally on the internet. If you want our addresses, go look it up. Hey, don't fat shame the cats. That's not nice. They just eat well. That's a good thing. There's a draft. What?
I couldn't read it. Because the thing was highlighted.
Okay. Then move the cursor off.
I did.
So tonight, I think I don't know how many cultures I'll actually end up making. Because I don't have organic potting soil right now. I think it's coming tomorrow or the day after. But I know I'm going to try to have definitely I don't know what kind of totes I want to use for the isopods. I don't know. Maybe because I have 2 big totes. One's a powder orange, so maybe I'll just put the powder oranges. Like I'll put more powder oranges in there. I'll put the dairy cows probably in the other big one because they're big. And the Gestroy, I'll probably split up 15 and 15 in 2 totes. But I will have plenty of... Dairy cows apparently reproduce pretty quickly, and so do powder oranges. So, and I already have lots of powder oranges down there, so I should be able to ship some. I know a lot of people, like, I saw this one lady on Band who like got overrun with them, which was kind of weird because she owns like a reptile rescue. But honestly, we can always use them because I can just dump like a whole cup full in the bioactive tanks. Bunny Viper, hello. Okay,
Hey, buddy.
crap.
I didn't know if you read it because the cursor jumped on it.
I did. I read it so quickly. Yep. So far, I have Gestroy and powder oranges breeding, but I'll have dairy cows. You're so bad at
God.
this.
It jumped as I was hitting that. Somebody else got it. Probably a mother.
I'll have dairy cows.
Now why? Why would that be? I don't get it.
What?
So Nathan said hi to Bunny. Then it got held for review.
And I'll also have what are they called? Powder blues. So yeah, I'll have a variety, and I'll also get more.
Question?
Is there a question? Can isopods coexist, or are they best kept single per bin? Some isopods can, but they're best like one species per bin. And I think it's easier too because each species has its own like reproductive rate, and also it's not like fish where like guppies and cories, like they're two totally different parameters. It's that like rubber ducky isopods and powder oranges, they're a lot different. Rubber duckies don't reproduce as fast and need like I think it's higher humidity or something. And also like the parameters have to be good. Powder oranges, they're pretty hardy. They reproduce really fast and they're really easy to breed. Brianna, I like to breed my stir-by other than cold water changes in plants. Do you have any other advice? Feeding heavy works. The first time I ever bred cories was my peppards, and I just looked at them and I realized like how cool they were. So I like feed them, and then I go down like a little bit later and feed them, and then a little bit later I feed them. And I had all sorts of foods. White worms did really good. So do black worms. Grindle worms too. And also like just wafers and pellets and stuff. They work really nice. I just fed them a ton. And that was the first time I bred cories. Second, when I bred my orange Venezuelans and my albinos, I had a ton of black worms left over. I didn't know if they were alive or not. So I rinsed them and they were alive. And I just threw in like a ton of worms in each tank and they all bred. Non-fish or isopod question, but how's the adoption going with the kitties?
Hey, 3G.
I think there was one adoption. Or maybe not yet. Some lady came over and saw Midnight. And she wants Midnight and Nala. But she's going to have Nala spayed while she's with us because she's a little scared right now. And then she'll get Midnight and Nala. What do you feed your white worms? I feed them fish flakes, because at the Keystone Clash I won like a 5-gallon bucket of spirulina flakes, so I feed a lot of those. You can also feed lots of things like carrots. You can feed bread with yogurt and yeast. That's a popular one. There's lots of things you can feed them. Fish flakes are easy and convenient to feed because they don't have to be refrigerated or anything. They're just there. But how long should I wait with these worms before I start to use them? I'm trying to remember what you got.
That was
Hold
only
on.
3 days ago.
Hold on. It was vinegar eels, micro worms, grindle worms, white worms. It was starter cultures of them.
There was 5 orders though. 5 different orders.
There were 7. There were 7 orders.
Was there?
There was.
Oh, that's right.
7 boxes. And it was a lot. Like, the bagging up wasn't terrible because I did stream on Sunday. I did most of them before the stream, but then I had an order come in after the stream, so then I had to go box up that, and that was kind of difficult because I didn't know what box I was going to use, because it was kind of like a weird mix between mature and starter cultures, so I was trying to figure out like what box. But the bagging up the worms wasn't too bad. It was the boxing and like getting all the worms in the boxes, bringing them upstairs, getting the heat packs, and And just, the care guides was the worst part. I'd say that was by far. Because I had to print them out, but then I had to figure out, like, which box needed which one and made sure I didn't miss any. But, so, crypt, you should wait. Vinegar eels, you can harvest right away. Microworms, definitely harvest right away. Grindleworms and whiteworms, those are kind of the trickier ones. You can feed in, like, I'd just wait probably a couple days, but if you want to, you can feed them tonight if you want. As long as you're not taking too much out initially, you should be fine. When I set up new microworm, Walter, banana worm cultures, you can literally feed within like 10 to 15 minutes within setting it up. Like, there's just hundreds of worms in the culture, and same with vinegar eels. And with the amount of starter culture I send in my starters, like the ones like I bought in the past, they're like the small, like Ziploc bags, which is enough to get your culture started, but that might take a day or two. But with the amount I send, it should be up and running soon. And it could take a little while. My first culture took 14 days to get going, which is a while, but it's okay. I had patience, sort of. But yeah, you can feed pretty quickly, honestly. How long should they take to double in numbers once they start going? Vinegar eels and microworms, honestly, I wouldn't worry about them doubling their numbers because there's literally hundreds of them in the starter culture. So then once you get it started up, you could be feeding a lot each day and you would still have tremendous numbers because I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think it's like every 8 days or so they reproduce or something. Or maybe it's 4 days. I don't know. But they double in numbers like almost overnight. It's very quickly. The grindleworms and whiteworms, they're a little bit tough. Even if you have like a culture that's been going for months and months, you still have to be careful of pulling too much from the culture. I've done that in the past with selling cultures. I'll pull too many worms. But you should be... The whiteworms aren't like an exact reproductive rate. It's just as long as you're taking care of them, you'll definitely get a good supply. But if you're needing more worms than what your culture can give you, then you'll want to set up a second culture or maybe even a bigger culture.
Yeah, split them.
Yeah.
So if you have a problem with one.
Definitely 2 cultures is a lot better than 1, just in case you pull too many worms, so then you don't have a culture left, or if a culture crashes, because like you could have a perfectly good starter culture, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Have you ever tried keeping grindleworms with other critters like red wigglers or springtails? I haven't. Springtails, they should be fine with. I don't know though, I've never tried. Red wigglers I'm not sure of, because I think red wigglers you have to keep a little bit cooler. But I would think springtails would be fine because they just clean up. Well, they eat the same thing as grindleworms can. And
Salem Aquatics.
Salem Aquatics, welcome. Do the whiteworms prefer being stored in dark places? You can. Mine are kind of mixed. Since I have the rack, like the front half of the culture has a lot of worms, and then the back half has a lot of worms as well, but the front half gets more light. The back half really doesn't get light because there's so many cultures on there. But Yeah, I want to get more totes so I could fill at least one shelf with just all totes. Definitely. It's nice to have 2 or 3 cultures of each worm. But if you think about it, well, I'm talking about totes. It'd be microworms, waldworms, banana worms, grindle worms, and white worms. So then I'd have 10 totes, and 12 fit on a shelf. So that's not too bad. But the white worms, like I was talking about earlier, I want to do a 54 or 56 quart tote, and maybe even one of the 28 gallons. I'm not sure yet. So those won't really have to be on my main. Those won't have to be on the same rack as my 6 quart totes. Those will probably be on the rack with my 12 and 16 quart totes. What's the max temp for grindle worms? I just keep them at room temperature. I've shipped them in the past and they've gotten like up to 80 degrees or so, and they've made it. But I don't really know the exact max temperature.
The room is probably 74, 75.
Yep.
And then the colder ones usually, obviously, are on the floor, and the ones that could take a little more warm are up top. And just see Bunny's question. She asked about baby brine shrimp for baby. I had it, but then my chat moved. She asked before.
Danikin, welcome.
Can he
White worms
pee?
take a lower temperature and often appear in vermicomposting systems from my basic Googling. Yep. I have room temp. I have like white worms that have been adjusted to room temperature, so they just stay with my other worms. But I have kept regular white worms in the past. I'm thinking about doing it again. I was thinking about doing like a big tote of regular worms, white worms, because those cultures, they culture a little bit differently. The room temperature white worms, they kind of just scatter along all throughout the dirt, and they'll stay in clumps where the food is. But the regular white worms, they'll stay at the surface, kind of. And they're a little bit easier to harvest.
Mountain greenery.
Mountain greenery. How many different types of worms are used in the aquarium hobby for foods? Well, there's a lot. There's baby brine shrimp, for starters. There's paramecium, infusoria, which are similar. Vinegar eels, microworms, waldworms, banana worms, grindle worms, white worms. There's room temperature and there's colder. There's black worms, Daphnia. There's multiple strains of Daphnia. There are red wigglers, earthworms.
And hello, Slackbot.
Select, but there's so many different.
Is it a concrete floor though? Sorry. Go.
Any issues feeding these worms into a tank with shrimp? No, if there's fish in the tank, they'll just eat the worms. And any uneaten worms, they'll live in the water for a little while, and the fish will find them and eat them. And the shrimp will probably eat them too.
And if you got a concrete floor and you can put them down on the floor, it should keep them cooler down there.
Yeah, so depending on what you heat it at, if you heat it at like 80 or so, you'd always put it like the worms on the floor. Or put them further away from.
QC. That was funny.
I saw that. I was like, what? You could always put it like, if you have your heater on one side of the room. You could always put it further away from the heater and on the floor too. But
Yeah, like ours is on. We have concrete floor, and then we have the racks. So
the concrete floor is cold, but the basement's nice and warm.
right, but we have a basement. I don't know where you're at. Some people don't have basements, but even the concrete floor in your house, unless you have radiant heat, it should be warmer down there.
I mean, I have my floor. My floor is nice and cool.
Right.
Like my room's nice and warm. Just my floor is cool because it comes from the basement. And our basement's not even cold. If you could keep one live food for all of your tanks, what would you choose and why? I would keep definitely grindle worms because they're more versatile and they don't smell. They don't smell at all. They do have more maintenance than like a microworm because you have to feed them. But they're really, you can feed them to adult fish, baby fish, like they're just perfect. Meaning, you guys, I like to see what's your main focus in the fish hobby.
Hey, Petzotics.
What's your main focus in the fish hobby?
Fish.
Oh.
Yours is worms.
I don't think that's what the question is.
What do you generally deal with? Live food cultures.
Is it like what you focus on the most in the fish hobby, or what is it like your main goal?
I don't know.
Like your main
Ask
focus
them.
point? No, I'm good. Well, my main focus point would just be to have fun with a hobby that is enjoying and also to spread the information. But if it's what I focus on the most in the fish hobby, it's worms, which is kind of its hobby in itself. But it could be looked at as multiple different things because, like how I was talking about earlier, how a person I know has just a whole room of just isopods because, like, that's what we have in our basement, fish. The fish aren't kept to feed anything. They're just fish, and you could sell them. That's what they do with the isopods. They don't keep them to feed anything. They keep them to have fun and to sell them. So, yeah, so the isopods the live foods could be a whole different hobby, I guess, but I keep them to feed something else. I'm not going to keep a live food that I don't have any use for, but since we have so many fish, pretty much they're all useful to us. Petzotics? My one live food would be black worms because they can survive and breed in a freshwater tank. It's a good point. Just for us, we have smaller fish and larger fish, so grindle worms would work better. Grindles require a lid to keep bugs and gnats out, right? Yep. I just keep like a Tupperware container, and you could take a pin, like a thumbtack, and just poke some holes in the lid, and that works fine.
We're probably somewhere around the 100 mark of tanks.
Yeah, we have over 100. And the biggest fish we have is Oscar.
No. Not anymore.
Oh, Synodontus. What's bigger? What's bigger than the Synodontus? The Pleco?
That blue cichlid. He's a
Oh,
monster.
true. It's either gotta be the cichlids.
The biggest tank is 75. We have, what did we say, 4 or 5 of them?
Yeah. Saltwater, cichlid, discus, angel. 4. Next biggest is the 65 tall, and then my 60 gallon. Everything after that is 55s, 40s, and everything in between. 6 calories is going.
Yes.
So we're going to head over to Bob Kaler's, and we'll see you all on Sunday. And maybe I'll show you guys the cultures as I make them and the new isopods. So we've been in the hobby for about 2 years.
Yep.
2.5 years or so.
We were actually talking about that the other day, Cora. She was going to do we had kicked around the idea of doing a band, whatever, selling blackworms.
Oh, yeah, blackworm raffle.
I don't know if that's, I'd rather get them and breed them.
But have a good night, everybody. See you all on Sunday, and I'll show you my isopods that I get. And potting soil. Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. See you all later. Catch us through the week, and have a good one. I got to go fix a shelf, so
Bye.
I might miss Bob's for a bit.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy.